There's a new street fighter on your windowsill. The weapon is peace. The word is chill.
Hello there guys, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour. And I'm just going to do a quick intro for this one because this is a little Brucie bonus episode. I was in London today, so I thought, you know what? Why not do a little tour of Forbidden Planet? So guys, this is my main comic book action figure brick and mortar store that I like to go to. And if you're familiar with it, then you've seen all this before. But if you're not from the UK, if you're not from London, then enjoy this quick little whistle-stop tour of Forbidden Planet London. So here we are, London's Forbidden Planet. This is the first time I've ever done this kind of a toy hunt kind of video, and I thought it would be kind of fun to mix things up a little bit. Now, I'm not too sure what we're going to make of the actual filming because I don't know if they really like you filming in here, so I was trying to be kind of subtle, and maybe that actually sacrifices some of the better views, but we'll see how we go. Because anyway, this place has loads of cool stuff, like the Transformers you initially saw there, and again now with these Star Wars 1/6 scale figures, which I'm not a big sort of 1/6 scale type of person. For me, it's 1/12 all the way. I love my 6-7 inch figures, but they do look awesome. And then you got the Marvel ones here as well, which I don't know what the manufacturer is. It's funny, these always seem like more of a fringe kind of collection, but they must have a huge audience because they're always here, they're always, got new ones in stock, and they have huge price tags. So clearly there's a big market for them. And I gotta say, the Iron Man suits, those do look absolutely amazing. So credit where it's due there. We've got the DC characters, which, well, I'm obviously not such a huge fan on, but I can appreciate things like this Batman Harley Quinn diorama. I mean, that looks pretty cool on the Joker minecart there. I think really, even if you're not into DC, you like Batman anyway, because who doesn't love Batman? He's just a cool character. And then we've got some manga stuff, which honestly is completely outside my wheelhouse. But, we've got some pretty Avengers boxes there, and the Crisis on Infinite Earths there, and we go into the proper store itself now, and this was midday on a Friday, so it was busy but not heaving, which is kind of nice. And you're immediately greeted with some dude's backpack, but behind those, we have the Marvel Legends section. Not the main section, but kind of the new releases. So you've got the Shang-Chi wave there, a couple of random Funko Pops. There's a random Queen Funko Pop here, which I thought was kind of cool. My mum's a huge Queen fan, but I don't know if I could buy her a Funko Pop. We've got like I said, the most modern Marvel Legends. There we go. Gosh, the name escaped me. Most modern Marvel Legends there. And then we've got some more Funko Pops. Ugh. They've got their reduced items, their damaged items in that cabinet, all of which are still ludicrously expensive. Come on, if it's going to be damaged, then you've got to take a decent whack off there. Whack off. A Scorpion bust. Looks pretty awesome. And also next to that, I am not a big Metroid player. Excuse me while I throw this on the floor. Hang on, I'm just about to in 3, 2, 1. There it goes. But that Metroid thing did look pretty cool. And they got some of the larger figures there for a few video game properties I'm not overly familiar with. They had Cyberpunk there. That Keanu Reeves figure looks really cool. I haven't played the game yet. I'm going to wait until it's actually, fixed. Now we have the McFarlane Mortal Kombat characters, which I was really tempted to get more of, but I was always thinking my love and nostalgia is with the 90s games, Mortal Kombat's 1, 2, and 3. So even though I do really like these figures, I just feel it's pointless me buying these if I'm inevitably going to buy the Storm Collectibles ones. So that kind of stands to reason. But still, that notwithstanding, they're cheaper than the Storm Collectibles ones, but they don't have that lovely nostalgia value. There's more Funko Pops dominating the place, but hey, at least they have some really fun, quirky, weird, obscure characters, so that's kind of cool. And then we round the corner to the main Marvel Legends section, but of course there's nothing here that you're not going to be sort of overly familiar with already. It's all fairly basic stuff. You've got things like the Gamerverse wave there, the Abomination wave, the Stiltman wave. It's all things that have come out over the last year or so. Got the Black Widow wave there as well. So nothing too kind of groundbreaking really. It's a fun selection, but we're also used to buying stuff on the internet that by the time things get to brick and mortar stores, we're kind of like, yeah, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Now, opposite those, of course, we have the statues. Got the X-Men Transformers there as well, or the one Blackbird, I think. Actually, is that? No, I think that's just a set of statues. But that is kind of my shaky camera telling me that I'm getting to the end of that. We continue now, going into the sort of movie-themed section. So lots of NECA, but also some Hasbro G.I. Joes as well. And even though I did have G.I. Joe figures as a kid, I was never a huge G.I. Joe fan. It's so weird because I remember having the toys, but more so the vehicles than the characters. I don't really remember the characters very well. Got the Hasbro Ghostbusters there, which I really like. I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole because, let's face it, there are so many rabbit holes that we're going down. There's a lot of Dragon Ball Z stuff there, which, hey, look, I know that there is a gigantic Dragon Ball Z fan base, but I just never really saw it. Then we've got the Ninja Turtles, which are always insanely overpriced, but hey, it makes me think that maybe it's worth me hanging on to mine. I wouldn't get any further Turtles, but I do like the look of that Baxter Stockman. For whatever reason, I've kind of decided that Baxter Stockman, kind of my guy. I always like that little cute fly creature. Now we're going to go along to more sort of movie-themed kind of figures, and again, we're getting some dudes backs of their shirts. I had to do it, give it a little, excuse me. But yeah, I think that this section now, we're getting into Power Rangers, and I have a lot of nostalgia for Power Rangers, even though I was kind of older than the demographic. I really like that pumpkin monster. I don't remember him from the series, but I was kind of tempted to get him. If I ever saw him on like super clearance, I would get him because I just love pumpkins and Halloween. They've got their Transformers section, which is not very big actually. I'm surprised at how small their Transformers selection really is. Then we've got more movie-themed stuff. Little Friday the 13th t-shirt there, which I don't have any Friday the 13th merchandise, and I am a big fan of the franchise, but that's the Michael Bay Friday, so nah, maybe not. And I do love these animated horror figures. They're really fun, but again, they're the price of like a regular figure, like $20, and they're not very big, so I kind of pass on that. Then you got the real retro Kenner aliens there, which are proper sort of like 1970s style. And then I just hovered over Ghostface for some reason, and aha! Classic McFarlane Spawn. I really like this dude. This other one, though, that I'm going to look at is really frustrating because if he had the proper Spawn mask and not the zombie face, I would buy that in a heartbeat. Because that's pretty much the Kickstarter Spawn. He doesn't have the huge cape, but if he had the proper masked face, that would be Kickstarter Spawn. You could pick him up for 20 quid. But I just don't want zombie face Spawn. I want mask face Spawn. So that notwithstanding, I won't be getting him. Then we've got the Dune figures, and Dune is one of those movies that has suffered because of the pandemic. But I'm really looking forward to eventually seeing that. And Gelfling, yes. I was freaked out by Dark Crystal as a kid, but my sister's sister is a huge Dark Crystal fan, so maybe I could pick her up one of those as a random little gift sometime. Those aren't very expensive, actually. They're only like $5 each, which is amazingly cheap for, well, anything you would find at Forbidden Planet, so that was quite nice to see. Now we've got the Aliens and Predator section, and these are pretty cool, actually. I really dig some of these figures. The only shame is just how ludicrously expensive some of them are. It's like, look, I really want a 1/12 scale alien figure, and there it is, and it looks awesome. It's also 40 quid, so no. If it was half that, maybe. But yeah, we've got more of the NECA movie figures. All of the NECA boxes with the windows are beautiful, especially these Godzilla ones that actually feature the classic Toho poster art on the front. I think those are so great. Although the Godzilla figures don't really vary much as far as the Big G is concerned. So I've got my one. That's enough. And then They Live. Such a classic film. If you've not seen They Live, then stop what you're doing, like, share, and subscribe to this video, and then go watch They Live, because it's a good time. Then we've got our Star Wars section, and I'm sorry, but I still just don't have the love for Star Wars anymore, so I quickly moved on from there. And then we have the other side of the display cabinet, and they've got Thunderbirds, which is as English as you get. Does anyone in America even, are you familiar with Thunderbirds? I guess you must be, because there was a movie not that long ago. I say not that long ago, geez, maybe like 15 years ago. Got some Masters of the Universe, always has a big fan following. And we're coming to the end now with some music figures and a random Big Trouble in Little China figure. And I love Big Trouble in Little China. We need Jack Burton as a Mortal Kombat character. Come on! Don't let us down for the next one. Some more Funko Pops that we can't escape. And some more Kenner Aliens and Predator as well. I really want the Elder Predator. The Elder Predator looks super cool. But again, he's over 40 quid. Get out of here. And finally, just catching my eye was the retro style Ninja Turtles figures. I didn't realize how big these figures are. Those are big, big figures. So I can kind of understand why they have that larger price tag. And then we've got the McFarlane Batman figures. And I gotta say, I was tempted to get some of the McFarlane Batman, but again, it's DC. I'm not a huge DC guy, don't need to go down that well. And finally, the Mandarin Spawns. And again, I was tempted to get one red and one blue, because I saw someone post those either side of the Shao Kahn figure as like guardsmen, and I thought, oh, that looks so cool, because they all have like exaggerated Chinese armor. But then I was thinking, no, Dave, you don't need to spend that money. I mean, you will spend it, but you spend it on other things. And folks, that is the end of my Forbidden Planet trip. It's just taking a look at some of the stuff in the window. The statues in the window are always incredible. I didn't linger too long because the reflections kind of stopped them from looking particularly good. But still, I thought that was a good way to finish. And that was a whistle-stop tour of Forbidden Planet London. And guys, that was my very quick tour of Forbidden Planet. That was just the ground floor. There's actually a basement floor as well, where they have all the comic books and games and graphic novels, that kind of thing. I was kind of surreptitious with my filming because I don't know like if they really like people filming there. Probably not. And I'm someone who cannot stand social awkwardness, so I don't want to be filming and have someone go, excuse me. So yeah, it was all very sort of chest height, like, and here's this, and so on and so forth. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, then I would actually brave the belly of the beast once again and do like a more sort of thorough, decent, actual video of, what is going on in that store. But I know that, a lot of folks like these kind of fly on the wall type things. So I hope you enjoyed it. But folks, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. All that jazz. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.